Hey, yo, what's the deal? It's your boy Tag from Pro Wrestling Tag. You know what I'm saying? As of this recording right now, it is 10:02 a.m. July 10th, 2025. Right now, I'm cooking my food. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually waiting for a delivery because I ordered something at PC Richards. That same PC Richards right there on Atlantic Avenue, right there across the street from where the Barclays Center is at. You know what I mean? I had to get a new air conditioner. You know what I mean? And yeah, because I need one. I motherfucking need one. I can't deal with fans at this point. Fans ain't shit. You know what I mean? Just like the smart marks and such, right? So I was not going to make this kind of video at all because this is something I wasn't expecting. But I feel like I should have to because I know I'm going to ruffle a lot of motherfuckers' feathers, and there's going to be people who's not going to like what I'm about to say. And this is news. This is clearly news. This morning, I see a real interesting article from one Dave Meltzer about TNA. Now, of course, you guys know that that TNA, Carlos De Silva from Anthem, President Anthem, came out and said that he's in the middle of talks for a $10 million TV deal, right? A push for a $10 million TV deal, right? Basically means that, he's going to, TNA is going to wind up getting on a big network, right? However, there's a major twist to this. A huge twist. So, apparently, right? Excuse me. Apparently, Anthem is actually talking about selling TNA, right? And who they're talking about selling TNA to? TKO. Now, who does TKO own? Let me think. I think TKO owns WWE and UFC. And remember, they recently just bought AAA. So this legit tells me that, this tells me that TKO is more than likely going to buy this deal is happening. This is going to happen. I mean, this is clearly going to happen. And also there's also been talks of more WWE and TNA talent exchanging. A lot more. Than we've seen before in this relationship. Are you shocked? I mean, are you shocked? Here's the thing too, and let me go more further, right? So of course, we've seen about WWE's partnerships with Progress, ICW, and WXW, right? But that never really materialized because there's nothing really there with them. You really can't make money. With this is more bigger than what you think. Because now, with all this happening, now with this news, this tells me that TKO is the ones who's pushing for a TV deal with for TNA. You know what I mean? This is what I think is going to happen. Again, I'm just spitballing here, okay? I'm just spitballing. WWE and TNA has been even more cordial than they have in the past. I mean, mind you, they signed the deal. They signed the fucking deal. They signed the deal to have this work relationship, right? They just brought AAA, right? They just brought AAA. I would not be shocked if WWE consolidates both TNA and AAA together into one group. It makes sense. It makes total fucking sense. Because TNA is getting a deal that is, TNA is WWE. Listen, we all knew from the jump that TKO was helping TNA get a TV deal, right? We all knew this was going to happen. Two things could possibly happen here. Two things. Number one, if Anthem is willing to sell TNA, right, to TKO, I wouldn't be shocked if Anthem gets sold to TNA, to TKO. I would not be shocked. I would not be shocked. All right, that would not shock me. Another thing that would not shock me is, again, since WWE is looking for a deal for AAA, right? And if they are getting TNA in the process, right? I would not be shocked if they just fused. I never heard of that word, fused. If they just fuse both TNA and AAA into one whole company. You know what I mean? That way, yeah, you have TNA, right? But you also have a lot of AAA stuff there too. I would not be shocked. I honestly would not be shocked. Or, hear me out. Or, what the fuck? What could possibly happen is I would not be shocked if NXT gets fused into TNA. You know what I mean? And then AAA just becomes, its own thing. There's a lot of possibilities here. A lot. A whole lot. Now what does this do for the wrestling business? Well, listen. The Indies is basically not the same. They're not the same company. They're a company. The Indies they don't have that same feel that they had many, many years ago. Like, the Indies is basically dead. Like, there's no standouts in the Indies. Yeah, WWE is going to continue to scout the Indies, but this could potentially change everything because, you have Evolve. You know what I mean? You have Evolve. You have this, that, and the third. Again, I would not be shocked if WWE fuses NXT with TNA. I would not be shocked. I honestly, God, I would not be shocked. That would not shock me at all. And I know someone's going to say, oh, well, WWE's buying out all the competition. UFC used to do the same thing, too. UFC used to do the exact same shit. I mean, I'll be honest. I wish WWE did sell off some of the assets that they have such that don't make them money. But I understand, they do this for documentary purposes and such. I get it. And same thing with UFC, right? But this basically now just, it definitely shortens the talent pool for AEW. That much more. I mean, this is a big story. This is a big, big story, right? With a lot of options. And again, they're talking about, doing a talent pack, right? So basically, I can see a lot of almost all their talent going to going to WWE. If WWE is going to merge NXT with TNA, which I can see, but also I can see them merging AAA with TNA into one packet. That way, it'll be easier for AAA to be exposed, into a larger American market. You know what I mean? You have TNA talent there and such. They could call it, you could call it TNAAA. You could do that. You can fucking do that. You can legit do that. They come to Mexico, they come to the States. I can see them doing that. This is a big story. There's a big story because if Anthem is willing to sell off TNA to TKO, are they also willing to sell off Invicta to UFC? I don't know. This is big. This is really fucking big. You know what I'm saying? This is really big. I'm definitely I got videos I'm going to be doing later today, guys. You know what I mean? So be on the lookout for some vids, and I'm going to holler at y'all. All right? Peace.